Today I'm going to talk to you about, do you need a tax accountant and a bookkeeper who know and understand Profit First? And the short answer is no. As long as you are working with a certified Profit First coach like myself, then your accountant and your bookkeeper don't need to know and understand and be certified in Profit First. Now, if you're not working with a certified Profit First coach like myself, then yes, you need to work with a certified Profit First bookkeeper or accountant. So what I often hear is my bookkeeper or my accountant don't respond promptly to my questions and my replies, and this is just about bookkeeping and your tax in general. The other question I get all the time is I'm not sure what to ask or who to ask what. And the third thing that I hear all the time is I'm just too busy to work on all these other parts of my business. I don't have time to focus on the numbers side of things. What we could be doing instead is working with a certified Profit First coach like myself, who is going to help manage and help educate you to know who does what on your financial team and to make sure that your systems and processes are really simple and efficient so that everybody has the information that they need, and we can pretty much stop the back and forth of accountant or bookkeeper asking you questions about things or asking you for things if we've set up your bookkeeping process properly. We can learn how to ask better questions, and one of the things I do with every client of mine is my number one golden rule is you must ask questions. I don't care if you've already asked me that question 3 times, you must continue to ask me the question until you get the answer and you're comfortable with the answer. And what I do with my clients is I help them ask better questions, because often we don't ask questions because we don't know what to ask, and that doesn't help us at all. And the third thing that we can put in place is a really simple and efficient bookkeeping process set up to run Profit First in your business so that your bookkeeper and that your accountant have no extra work in place. And in fact, the clients who work with me, their bookkeepers and accountants comment all the time about how much easier it is to work with that client because of the systems and processes that we've set up. So there's 3 things I want to cover off today for you is, if your accountant and or bookkeeper is not a Profit First professional, then as I said, we want to work with a certified Profit First professional. Now, if you've listened to anything I've done before, you will hear me talk about making sure the person you are working with is certified. It's absolutely crucial because we have gone through an extensive initial training program and also extensive ongoing training to make sure that we know the ins and outs of Profit First and to make sure that we can customize it to suit you and your business best. By working with somebody like myself, what it means is that it is going to be the most efficient and economical in both time and money to get Profit First implemented in your business, as well as getting your bookkeeping systems up to date again to make them simple and efficient. So therefore, when it comes to tax time, your accountant is going to have many less questions for you, and it's going to be a much easier process for them as well as you. Now, I'm not sure if you've ever received that email at the end of the financial year with that long list of pieces of information you need to provide your accountant. Not super exciting email to get, and it often means you have to go back digging through emails and receipts and invoices to find the information. So when I work with my clients, that email from the accountant no longer exists, because we make sure that everything is set up in your Xero file as the year goes on so that everything is there and nobody has to worry about trying to find extra information. The second thing I want to say is that when you work with a certified Profit First professional, we are going to help you set up, or in my instance, I help my clients set up their Xero file so that Profit First can run smoothly in there. We make the most of any automations and things like bank rules that we can to make it simple and efficient. And if you are doing Profit First in your business and it's adding more than 1 minute's time a week to your bookkeeping for yourself or for your bookkeeper or for your accountant, then it's time to reach out because it's not set up correctly. As I said, if it's more than 1 minute, there's work to be done. It doesn't take huge amounts of extra time to run Profit First in your business. And again, if you set this step up properly, then it doesn't matter if your bookkeeper or an accountant aren't certified in Profit First. If it's taking longer than that, please reach out. It doesn't have to. And the third thing that I want to mention here is, if you are working with a certified Profit First professional, we will also ensure that everything we do leading up to the end of the financial year means that when it comes time for tax and your tax accountant, again, they don't have to be certified in Profit First if you are working with a Profit First coach. And we will make sure that your zero file, as I mentioned, everything is up to date, everything is there. There's no need for back and forth of information. But what it will mean, however, for your tax accountant is they're going to have to start actually doing some tax planning with you. So your end of year tax conversation will change from, here's your financials, please sign here, here's your fee, see you next year, to let's have some conversations around how you're going to plan best and make sure that we're putting the right amount aside for tax, and make sure that you're making the best of your tax strategy, whatever that may be. And that's something that only you and your tax accountant can work on. So at the end of the day, running Profit First in your business, working with a certified Profit First coach like myself, will add extra time to your accountant, your tax accountant at the end of the year, but for a very, very good reason. It will be because you've got cash in the bank and you've made a cash profit and you're on your way to becoming permanently profitable. So if that's not something you're interested in, don't worry about Profit First. If you are ready to move out of the rut of just going to work, working long hours, having all the usual cash flow problems and staffing problems and pricing and quoting and client problems and all of those things that many, many trades businesses run into, then go ahead, keep doing what you're doing. If you're sick of that, then it's maybe time to reach out and have a look at what Profit First can do for you. And it will then, as I said, it will mean that end of year tax planning conversation with your accountant will become much more about looking forward. What are we doing in this year? What's the tax situation? What are our goals and our dreams moving forward? What do we want out of our business? And from a tax perspective, they can start giving you some advice and start planning to make sure that everything is in place that you need. Now, I always recommend to my clients that they have a tax planning meeting with their accountant around April, May every year, to just review the current year that they're in, see how they're traveling, and then again to get their end of year financials done as soon as possible. Don't leave it till this time the year after the financial year has finished, because that is just a recipe for disaster. That is how we get surprise tax bills, which then mean you go on a payment plan and then you're behind and you're always behind, and that's what we want to avoid. So what I wanted to just briefly go back over is work with a certified Profit First coach like myself. If not myself, there is plenty of amazing certified Profit First professionals out there. Please go to profitfirstaustralia.com.au if you would like to find somebody. There is a spot on the website which lists all of us who are certified in Profit First here in Australia and in New Zealand. Secondly, set up Xero correctly. Don't make extra work for your bookkeeper. We want to make sure that your financial team is all happy and working really efficiently. So let's not make extra work for them. As I mentioned, if it's taking them more than 1 minute extra a week because you're running Profit First in your business, we need to look at that. And then thirdly, work with your accountant to actually do what they're designed to do, and that is tax planning for you. And usually, as I said, that's not something that most people do at the moment. So if you aren't working with a certified Profit First professional to implement Profit First in your business, I can't stress enough how much simpler and easier it will be. Even if you don't think you're ready just yet, please reach out. We can have a chat. I can give you some hints and tips on what you're doing at the moment if you've already started to implement yourself. If you haven't done anything yet, I can give you a couple of steps to get started, and at least you're on your way, and put a plan in place as to when you would like to work with a certified Profit First professional because in my experience, the clients that I've worked with over time, the one thing that they come back and say to me is, we wish we did this sooner. They're so happy that they've done it and they've made so many amazing positive financial gains in their business, but then they kick themselves for not doing it sooner. So even if you're not ready to jump all in, please reach out and we can at least get started on the journey for Profit First, because it is amazing. It will absolutely change your business for the better, and I can't wait to speak to you and help you get started.